Today's broadcast from the Ringside Report Network. Dave Simon and his co-hosts are completing the remaining finishing touches for tonight's episode. If you are watching the replay, you can skip to the 4-minute and 54-second mark to get to Dave's intro. While you are waiting, watching live, take a look at the news and articles about pro wrestling and MMA from The Authority, the Ringside Report Network. Our website is at ringsidereport.net. That's ringsidereport.net.
Please wait. Hold on. Keep waiting. Almost done. 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 Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Please wait. Hold on. Keep waiting. Almost done. 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 Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Subscriber is speaking at the moment.
Welcome to today's broadcast from the Ringside Report Network. We are a viewer and listener-supported creative team. We would really appreciate it if you became a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net. While you are waiting, watching live, take a look at the news and articles about pro wrestling and MMA, and while there, check out our exclusive merch, including great jiu-jitsu gear from the Ringside Report Network. Our website is at ringsidereport.net. It's ringsidereport.net.
Subscriber is speaking at the moment.
Oh, hey, oh. Who's going to win Money in the Bank? What's happening on SmackDown right now? Can Hangman beat Jon Moxley? We'll answer those questions and other questions on Wrestling Uncensored. Because why not? You know, why wouldn't?
Dave, I think we lost your audio. I think he's coming back.
Here we go.
There you go.
You know, like I was saying, why wouldn't we answer the questions, John? You got questions, we've got the answers. Just when you think you have all the answers, we change the question.
And we lost your audio again, Dave. Your audio gone again. I don't know what happened.
What keeps happening? Did you hear me say the Roddy Piper thing or not?
I heard you started saying it and then it died.
Forget it. I'm not saying it
Okay.
anymore. Keep killing my
All
guy.
right. And dead again. What's going on here, Dave? It's not good. Your audio keeps dying. They're working on it or something, or what's going on here?
I don't know why it keeps turning off, but it seems to keep clicking off. We need to get this sorted here.
You're back right there. I'm hearing you now. Potentially he's coming back. Are you still gone? Sounds like Dave's gone right now. Work in progress. SmackDown's still going on right now.
No, I mean, my mic just keeps shutting off. It just keeps going off. I'm on, and then the thing is just muting me automatically. I don't know why, John. So, we're having technical issues with our...
Yeah, on and then gone again. Sadly. It's a pain in the butt right now. Hopefully people can just bear through it, get through our issues here. We had a bit longer entry into this show. Took more like 10 minutes to get on. What do I think of AEW wrestling jumping to WWE? I think, Alex, you're talking about Mariah May, if I'm not mistaken. And, well, her contract expires, I think, in the summer. So if she wants to leave, she can leave. I've learned a personal story about Mariah May when I was on the Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast. Story I can't really tell. So if Mariah wants to go wherever she wants, good luck. But when you cause problems, beware, because it might come back to bite you in the butt. So, but good luck to whatever she does.
Well, that's a terrible tease, John. You learned, it's like there's a story you heard you can't say. You shouldn't have even mentioned it then. Now you have to say.
Oh, it's a long, long story, Dave, and it's very messy. So,
well, that's garbage,
anyways,
John. My mic seems to
burn
be
bridges.
working again. Hopefully, I don't know, but I'm in a bad mood.
Is the match over yet?
I don't know. Shohei Ohtani just hit a home run, so I stopped paying attention.
Oh, now you're really mad. Okay.
Well, yeah.
I understand.
Aaron
the game
Judge
just started.
Aaron Judge hit a home run in the top of the first. I was like, oh, yeah, we're up 1-0. And then bottom of the first, Shohei Ohtani hits a home run. Holy shit, Andrade just won.
We did not expect that whatsoever.
Andrade just won a Money in the Bank qualifier because Solo tried to like help Jacob and it backfired. Jacob got distracted by Solo. And then Andrade managed to pin Carmelo Hayes. It was Jacob Fatu. Right, so there's... Right, okay. So JC Mateo, Jeff Cobb is there. And he's there, and then Solo's on the apron. And then Carmelo bumps into Jacob, who then bumps into Solo, who bumps off the apron. And then Jacob's distracted by Solo. Andrade hits something on Carmelo. 1, 2, 3. Andrade wins. And now Jacob and Jeff Cobb continue to yell at each other with Solo in between them because they hate each other for some reason.
Wow.
So
Well, good for
Andrade wins. And I was just saying to you before the show, I was like, there's no way Andrade's going to win. Like, Jacob's for sure winning. And then Andrade wins. So Andrade's going to Money in the Bank. And I'm going to say it again, and it better not backfire on me, but there's no way Andrade's winning Money in the Bank, right?
Stranger things have happened, no?
Yeah. I mean, Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble, so anything's possible, I guess.
Remember once upon a time, Otis won Money in the Bank, so impossible.
Yeah, they took it away from him in a court case that The Miz brought upon him, which was the worst Money in the Bank conclusion ever.
It was kind of a bummer. We know how that all ended, sadly.
Mm-hmm. So the men's Money in the Bank ladder match now has 5 of the 6 participants. Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, who's currently talking on SmackDown to Byron Saxton backstage. LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, Penta, Seth Rollins, Andrade, and someone else will be in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. 5 of the 6.
Are you a fan of the whole, like, it's the big heist? I feel like they've used this theme for a while now. Where they're trying to pull off the heist of the century kind of thing.
Like as a theme for Money in the Bank?
Yeah. Well, you've noticed the graphics, right?
Yeah, like bank robbery type of thing. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I barely pay attention to that stuff. Who cares? It's dumb. It's just in the background. CM Punk, AJ Styles, and El Grande Americano in a triple threat will compete on Raw for the final men's Elimination Chamber spot. CM Punk,
Wow.
AJ Styles, and El Grande Americano.
That's wow. I mean, think about that. When we were talking about this, was it a couple of years ago? Like CM Punk coming back to wrestle AJ Styles, that's never going to happen because of the issues they had. I mean, that's quite a heated rivalry just on social media alone.
Yeah.
And Dave's starting to remember it, I think, now. So
Yeah.
the fact that we're getting on Monday, wow.
That'll be fun.
Well, AJ said that he doesn't mind doing business with them regardless of the issues they had, because I think he knows like they could do good business together. And I imagine they probably talked through their issues, because I can't imagine AJ was too happy about what Punk said about him.
What did Punk say exactly?
Oh, something about someone says like about people being rednecks in there and like being kind of racist. And then Punk said, like, "Oh, we all knew about that already about AJ."
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting match. Who do you think wins?
I mean, again, you got to put star power. And didn't I say I wanted Punk to win Money in the Bank? So I got to go with Punk.
Yeah. Punk and Seth
Also,
and Money in the Bank would be pretty good.
I was just going to bring that up. That's a great point.
Feels like Seth might win Money in the Bank, though.
Oh, you might be right, sadly, but
Yeah.
I really hope Punk wins.
Don't you think Seth might be the next world champion at some point on Raw?
Sure, but I don't think he needs Money in the Bank. I would rather have Punk use it to cash in on Cena, but he'll do it like in a fair way, being like, "I'm challenging you," like RVD. "I'm challenging you at SummerSlam. I'm cashing in." But he openly says it. I think that's what Punk should do. And it'll go back to their history where Punk has defeated Cena for the title at SummerSlam in the past.
Mm-hmm. Cena and Jey Uso will both be in the building. No chance for a cash-in that night at Money in the Bank?
Well, that'd be fun. Like, say if Punk wins it, right, he'd come out or something and maybe kind of tease it a little bit. But then he'd be like, no. I know the time, I know the place, and it's going to be SummerSlam. John.
Yeah, that'd be good. I could also see Seth carrying the Money in the Bank briefcase with his whole crew, with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed and Braun Heyman all together. Or Paul Heyman, I guess. I mean, he's not one of the Brauns, but
Heyman.
Bronzage Heyman. Yeah, that's good. They had a lot of guys named Braun. Too bad they fired Braun Strowman. Seth could have all Brauns, the brawny men.
Well, isn't Strowman still doing projects with WWE? He's doing another TV show with them or something.
Right.
So he's still kind of with them in a sense.
Yeah. But whatever. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed are Seth's goons. Bronson Reed showed up at Saturday night's main event, right?
He did, and he helped cause a distraction, which led to a victory. There's a lot of distractions in that match. One distraction the referee saw, but he wasn't supposed to, I guess, see it, so whatever, and led to the win. I thought it was a solid opening match to start Saturday night's main event. Mm-hmm. It was probably the best match I think we saw, too, on that show.
Yeah. Seth and Braun Breaker got the win over CM Punk and Sami Zayn with help from Bronson Reed at Saturday night's main event. It was pretty good. It was a pretty good match. I enjoyed Saturday night's main event. I thought it was pretty good. 2 hours,
really?
All wrestling. Yeah, I liked it. It was a good show.
I mean, the opener was great, and I thought, great way to start it, get you going. Then the second match happened, and I'm like, oof.
Yeah.
This was rough.
It was 5 minutes.
And it was 5 minutes it was pretty bad. Pretty bad match. And in the end, too, with that kick that Zelina whiffed on and then stiffed on.
The old whiff and stiff.
Yep.
Yeah. That was pretty bad. Zelina Vega sets up Chelsea Green for the 619, completely misses, and then to make up for it, just kicks her right in the nose and breaks her nose. For real.
I give Chelsea a lot of credit because, it didn't stop her from doing the finish, which also looked kind of dangerous, and it looked like they were taking a long time to do it. So I didn't know if they were going to pull it off, but Chelsea still did it regardless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but pretty disappointed in Zelina for just throwing that kick. What was she thinking?
She panicked. It happens.
That's a big panic.
Bad. Yep. And that's not the way to do it. I mean, everyone makes mistakes, and that's the worst way how to handle it. And she'll learn, and sadly, Chelsea has to learn that too, where it's got to be well, I better protect myself because I got to watch out for the old stiffy afterwards.
Yeah. John Cena beating R-Truth. I mean, it was what it was. It wasn't much of anything.
Whoa. Talk about garbage again. 5 minutes of garbage.
It was
Cena. He talks about ruining wrestling. I think watching him ruins wrestling for me right now. It is so putrid. So bad. Mm-hmm. His bumping. You can't be a heel if you can't bump. He's the worst bumper right now, easily in wrestling.
Yeah, he's not looking great. But the match was, again, it was 4 minutes.
Can we talk about his hair transplant? You got a hair transplant and it still doesn't look like it's working for him.
Wow. You're bullying John
Cena. We're taking
Cena.
a lot of shots.
Yeah.
A little bit.
He can't help it. It's not his fault he went bald.
Yeah, but he tried to cover it up, and it's not working.
Well, you're going to make fun of him if he's bald. You're going to make fun of him if he covers it up. Either way, you're going to make fun of him.
Honestly, I thought his, when he had a shaved look, that was his best look.
Damian Priest beat Drew McIntyre in the steel cage match by walking out the door. Jesse Ventura didn't like it. I didn't like it either. As a babyface move, how do you win like that?
It's funny how that got the biggest reaction was Jesse's reaction, right? But I agree with you. It's that's kind of ridiculous. You're a babyface and you just walk out like that. The way he did it seemed kind of cheap. And Jesse was just playing that up.
Yeah.
Anything like Damien was doing, he was putting down and being like, oh, every time he went to the count, all the refs not fair with the counts. Like, he was looking for any way to give the heel the advantage. He's old school, Jesse. So
Yeah.
And maybe he did forget the rules a little bit. It's very possible, but I think he's mainly just playing up the whole angle of it.
Yeah. I think he figured Priest was healing out by walking out the door. And he sold it like that. I don't know. I thought it was a weird finish. The match was all right. And then Jey Uso beats Logan Paul, thankfully, in the main event. And there was all sorts of shenanigans and people coming out to help Logan Paul, including John Cena. And then Cody Rhodes made his return and chased off Cena and hit the crossroads. And then we set up the tag match for Money in the Bank right at Saturday night's main event, Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul, which is a big tag match, and it's cool to see Cody back. Cody now about to cut his first promo since losing to Cena at WrestleMania. Cody walking out to the ring as we speak on Friday Night SmackDown in Knoxville, Tennessee. Good to see Cody back. Cool match, tag match, whatever, for Money in the Bank. The only problem with it is, you're going into Money in the Bank with both world champions, John Cena and Jey Uso, in a tag team match. So you're not going to have a men's world title match at Money in the Bank. Which, whatever. It's not a huge deal, but it's kind of disappointing. You have two champions, and not one of them will defend at Money in the Bank. I hope both women's world champions defend at Money in the Bank, at least something. Or at least one, Io might defend, or Tiffy Ty might defend, one of them.
Well, this is the problem with having too many championships. I think we'll get a women's championship match. It just might not be for a world women's title match.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're doing this tag match with both men's world champions, just trying to get as many people on the show and not have too many matches.
Well, right now they have 4 matches announced. The women's Money in the Bank, the men's Money in the Bank, Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus Cena and Logan Paul, and Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch in a match that they set up this week on Raw, where they mentioned each other's spouses, and it got people excited. Becky says she goes home to her hot husband while Lyra goes home to her weird-looking fiance. It was kind of funny. And then Lyra was trying to be shooty. She's like, your husband, the only talented thing about you. And I'm like, it wasn't great.
No, again, it feels like they're just trying too hard with that.
Yeah. It just feels forced. It's a last chance match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. If Becky loses, she can never challenge Lyra for the Intercontinental Championship again. And if Lyra loses, she has to raise Becky's hand and recognize her as the better opponent or whatever.
Yeah, that part of the stipulation is kind of whatever.
It's like almost a kiss my foot match, but like not really.
I mean, that's not very exciting, and I highly expect Becky's going to win.
They should do the kiss my foot match, brother.
Honestly, that would be a better stipulation, but I think we're going to get the gimmick match probably at SummerSlam or the Evolution pay-per-view. This is going 3 PLEs, this feud, I think.
Ooh.
What are you worried about?
Oof.
Yankees not doing so well?
Ooh. We're up 4-1 in the second, motherfucker. Trent Grisham. Homer. Austin Wells. Homer. Wellsy, solo shot. Grish, 2-run shot. Yanks up 4-1, second inning in Los Angeles.
The World Series rematch already living up to the hype here.
And we got Max Fried on the mound with a 3-run lead. He already gave up his one Shote bomb. Let's go. Let's go, Yankees. Yankees have won 5 in a row?
They swept the Angels, right? Or the
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty good.
They won the last 2 in Colorado and then won 3 in a row in Anaheim. And now they're in this series with the Dodgers. And I think this is the last West Coast road trip for the Yankees this season. So they're done with the West Coast road trips, which is nice for my sleep and nice for the Yankees. God. They're doing very well. Yankees are in first place by a lot. 7 or 8 games.
It's very
7
much
games.
like last year. Last year was the same thing too. Like they got off to an amazing start, and then
the Orioles did too. It was close. The division was always close last year. They didn't have a big lead on the division last year until like August, September.
I remember the Yankees did very well to start the season. It's just,
but so did Baltimore. The division kept up better last year. The division has not kept up this year. They suck. You know, the second place team at Tampa Rays and the Blue Jays right now. Blue Jays and Rays tied with a 29-28 record, 7 games back of the Yankees. They're just 1 game over 500. You know, that's not good.
I don't think it's even wild card. So it's not good.
No, it's not. And your Boston Red Sox are not good. 28-31.
I think they beat the Braves tonight, right?
I mean, at this point, does it matter? You're almost like the season is nearly blown for the Red Sox at this point. It's almost June, John. You can't say it's early anymore. They did win. They snapped a 5-game losing streak tonight with a win over the Braves, who are also not good. Braves are 26-30.
Very good. Much better now, Angelo. Thank you. And things are better.
Cody is sweaty right now. Cody's cutting a promo. He's extremely sweaty. It must be hot in Knoxville, and he's in a 3-piece suit, brother.
Well, that's why. It's like Flair. Remember, Flair would always sweat in those suits?
Under the lights.
It's too much. Wait, Flair would always rip it off afterwards, I think, because he was just, like, too hot.
Cody saying John Cena forced him to make a choice, and he hesitated, and that's what cost him a WrestleMania. And he says Cena's going to try and ruin wrestling, and he's going to try and stop him.
I hope
Cody wants revenge, obviously. Will Cody be the one to take it from Cena? Does he take it back from John Cena? Or does somebody else beat Cena before Cena leaves?
It would be really cool if Punk did it, but I think more than likely Cody's going to do it.
I think Roman might do it.
I would love that. Where's Roman?
Maybe waiting for Cody to get the shot and not do it, and then everybody's like, oh no, no one can beat Cena. He's gonna, and then Roman Reigns saves the day, you know?
I could see that if Cody has the shot in Saudi Arabia, fails, then Roman would show up.
Yeah.
That's if they do that. Big if. So we have a long ways away to go from there.
It'd be good for the Cody Roman story, you know? Because like Cody and Roman, they've kind of teamed up. They've kind of made peace. But last time, you know, they met one-on-one. Cody took the title from him. And now it's like, oh, if Cody fails at Cena, but then Roman comes and he succeeds, then there's another, you know, element to that story, and Cody can chase Roman for the belt again, and it'll be under new circumstances. Like, there's a lot you could do there. I think Roman is a better move. Like, why just give it back to Cody after all this? I would give it to Roman, because, like, Roman hasn't been champion for a while. Cody had the belt for a long time. Give Roman a little run. Not like another 3-year whatever, but like give him 3 months, 5 months, you know?
I completely agree with you. I just feel the way they're pushing Cody, having a new podcast, calling him the quarterback. Feels like they want him to be the guy still, and it's just they gave Cena his moment, gave him his 17th, but in the end, it's going to go back to Cody. I'm hoping it's Roman, but with him not around, it makes it harder, I think.
I mean, he's going to come back, though.
Yeah, will come back and then disappear again? I mean, how long does he stay for? He doesn't stay long all the time.
I don't know. I think, Roman as champion would be fun again. A babyface tribal chief champion. Hasn't been done. Let's do that. Let's do something a little different. Instead of going back to babyface Cody champion.
Oh, I agree. I think Roman OTC right now, that's huge. He might be more over now than he's ever been if you think about it. In terms of a babyface. I think maybe he was more over as a heel, but as a babyface right now, as OTC, that'd be huge. And I'm sure they could definitely sell a lot of merch with him right now as champion.
Yep.
But I think also he might be having a future in Hollywood, and maybe that's starting up soon. Isn't there rumors about him in the new Street Fighter movie or something?
Yeah, there's, rumors.
Well, good for him, though. I mean, no matter what, he's going to be making money, so good for him.
Yeah. Jey Uso making the walk to the ring right now. They just went to commercial break. Cody cut this promo about, stopping Cena and beating Cena in the tag match and all this. Introduces Jey Uso. Jey Uso making his walk to the ring now during the commercial break, so they're going to be yeeting for like 3 minutes.
Yep.
And Cena will appear at some point when they come back from commercial. So that's what's going on SmackDown right now. Earlier tonight on SmackDown, we saw Naomi qualify for the women's Money in the Bank. She beats Nia Jax and Jade Cargill. Kind of a cool finish there. Tower of Doom in the corner. Nia then stacks Naomi and on top of Jade Cargill to do the bonsai drop or the annihilator, whatever they call it. Nia goes to do the bonsai drop. Naomi moves out of the way. Boom, she lands on just Jade Cargill. And then Naomi does a crucifix pin to roll up Nia for the 1, 2, 3. And Naomi wins. And Naomi qualifies.
Did you notice on the finish when Naomi sat up? She sat up right on Jade's face. And Jade tried to sell her face or maybe be like, that hurt my face. But she couldn't because her hands were stuck. So it looked like she was touching herself. But she wasn't. She was just trying to move her hand. I don't know if you caught that or not. She's trying to move her hands up, but she can't because, Nia, was stuck on her, so her hands were like this.
Right.
You didn't catch that, I guess?
I saw her with her hands there. I couldn't quite tell what she was doing.
Well, it wasn't because she was hurt there, because she didn't get touched there. But her face, she was trying to cover her face because Naomi just sat up on her face, and I think it was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah. Interesting moment between Bianca and Jade. At the top of the show, Bianca cut a promo. And then Naomi came out and was like, I just want to talk to you. I want to be friends. What's happening? And Bianca's like, we got nothing to talk about. You attacked Jade Cargill. And then Jade Cargill comes out and attacks Naomi and kind of looks at Bianca. And it seems like Bianca and Jade aren't on good terms. The whole Naomi thing has put a rift between not only Naomi and Bianca, but Bianca and Jade as well. Because Bianca refuses to take sides. It seems like Jade and Naomi are both mad at her. But Naomi's saying, Jade's just using you, Jade this, Jade that. It's like maybe in the end, Bianca will agree with Naomi and side with her because Jade and Bianca seem to kind of look at each other like, what? What do you want?
Normally, I'd agree with you, but Naomi went too far tonight. And when you make it personal like that, and then talk about someone's family the way she did, about her mom being in a wheelchair, and that maybe it'd be bad if she was in a wheelchair too.
Yeah, well, it would be.
It's taken a little too far when you make it personal like that. When you make it personal like that, it's like you know what? They're going to have a match now. I'm surprised. Like when she said that, I'm surprised Bianca didn't tear her head off after that.
Yeah.
But she's hurt, so I get it.
Bianca's actually hurt.
You saw her hand like taped up, no?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What is that? Broken finger?
I think from that whole, was it the moonsault that happened with Io at WrestleMania? Yeah.
Well, we don't do pro wrestling with broken fingers anymore. What's up with that?
I think they can be, we've talked about this, they can be careful. They don't have to rush this. I'm surprised we saw her tonight, but, hometown, all that, good reaction.
Yeah.
She wanted to sing a song.
Yeah. We had some action in the tag team division. The Street Profits, the champions on SmackDown, cut a promo about the Wyatts attacking them last week. And then Fraxium came out and they were like, yeah, we were having a match for the tag titles last week and the Wyatts attacked you. We would like to have another match so we can get a tag title shot. And the Street Profits are like, nah, we were going to beat you anyways. It's not really worth it. And then Motor City Machine Guns come out, and they're like, hey, we would also like a tag team title shot. And then DIY, led by Candice LeRae, come out, and Candice is like, we want a tag team title shot. And then the Wyatts come out and attack everybody. Riveting.
I mean, this is what they want, right? People want the Wyatt Six to show up. They need some teams to steamroll. This is a good spot for them, no?
Yeah. Bunch of jabroni teams. They fit in well with the SmackDown tag division because they're not particularly good, but neither is the rest of the division. So the Wyatt Six are doing just fine. They fit in.
I found Fraxium look bad, though, in this. They're the new babyface team, and they took all the beating from the Wyatt Six.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make them look good in the end. It should have been a heel team. It should have been DIY.
Wow.
What happened?
Well, there's a person in the audience with a T-shirt made of John Cena's face. He's in like the second row. Cena definitely sees this. It's Chairman Mao. I think that's Chairman Mao, the former Chinese dictator. Right? Is that how?
But it's a John Cena face, I guess.
But it's John Cena's face.
Right.
On the picture. So it's like bald head, with the skullet. But in the like military Chinese uniform. Which is, I think, a comment on his hair and a comment on his allegiance to China.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good one. Cena's in the ring. He saw it. He didn't say anything, but...
No, I don't think he wants to say anything about that because I don't think he wants to upset China. He's upset China before in the past, so...
Yeah, and he had to apologize in Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's a real sucker. Here's Cena. He's cutting a promo. He says Cody and Jey Uso, they all want to be just like him. They all want to be him. They want the fame. They want the money. But they're not going to get it. Because they're not cool like John Cena. They don't have a big following like John Cena or like his tag team partner, Logan Paul, who's now introduced. Here comes Logan Paul to the ring. Few minutes left in SmackDown. Logan Paul and John Cena. What a team. What a team. So much evil.
You still get invasions from Raw now. Okay.
Is Logan Paul a Raw guy now?
Almost positive.
Logan Paul's in the ring now. Cody and Jey Uso in the ring with Cena and Logan Paul.
Hey, Dave and Johnny,
No, if I am being honest, again.
I was the first one in the entire world to say that Logan Paul is something special. Mark my words.
I wonder if you just say L. Paul. Hopefully, maybe that works. We should do that from now on.
Shout out to Angelo on the chat. Shout out to Patrick Deneau, members of the team. Patrick says, great week for AEW. The wrestling going strong right now. Hangman will be champ soon enough. I think so, too. Solid pay-per-view from AEW last weekend.
Hey, Dave and Johnny, if I am being honest, I was the first one in the entire world
Why again?
to say that
I don't want to hear it
Paul
again.
is something special.
Mark
my words.
I hate that guy. Pisses me off every time. I actually, for a shoot, don't like him, but I don't know if it keeps happening. Yeah. What'd you think of the AEW pay-per-view? Double or nothing last weekend.
I agree with Patrick. I thought the pay-per-view was quite solid. Extremely long.
Yeah.
But that might be my only negative, really, about the show. I think it was definitely one of their best ones this year. I was very impressed with Anarchy in the Arena. I thought Mercedes Moné, Jamie Hayter, solid opener. And although I was fighting sleep, which I'm sure hurt the quality of the match for me, but I enjoyed Ospreay and Hangman as well. And it's the one match I didn't predict correctly. And I'm like, so close to getting a correction just all the way through. But, oh well, it's still a good match. And it's nice to get surprised like that, because that match really could have gone either way. And it was done very well the way it all went down.
I don't remember. How did my predictions go? Did I get everything right pretty much except for the main event?
And the six man. Remember we differed on that one too.
I went with Callis. Okay, yeah. The Don Callis family won.
They did win.
Mm-hmm.
That match felt like it was more of a buffer between Anarchy in the Arena and the main event. Yeah. I get it, but again, still, I think that was like close to 15 minutes. It didn't need to be more than 10, to be honest. And I can say that for a bunch of matches. I didn't mind the FTR match, but again, way too long. I think most of the matches you could just like cut. I love the stretcher match too, by the way. I don't know if you caught the stretcher match between Briscoe and Ricochet.
Very good.
One of the
violent.
One of the best matches. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel they had the Anarchy, they had the whole setup for Eddie Kingston, but they gave it to Mark Briscoe instead, because I guess Eddie Kingston's not ready.
Yeah. But it worked. It worked. The pay-per-view worked. I liked Okada and Speedball. Hangman and Ospreay, obviously fantastic. Anarchy in the Arena was nuts. It worked. A little too long of a pay-per-view. Like, they give you way too much. They need to shorten it up. But, yeah, AEW is doing great stuff. And they're headed in the right direction with Hangman now. Like I said, I thought Ospreay was going to win, but I wanted Hangman to win. So the fact that Hangman won was like, wow, even better.
Well, it makes sense, too. They're in Texas. They have the Cowboy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hangman. It kind of makes a lot of sense. And we saw in Dynamite, it looks like Ospreay is probably going to wrestle Swerve. I don't know how you felt, but that's how I felt.
Yeah. Yeah. Ospreay and Swerve makes sense. Hangman cut a promo, good emotional promo on Dynamite about, his journey and the fans. And then Swerve came out and was like, I'm not letting you be champion. I think that you stopped me from being champion because the Young Bucks attacked me when I had my title shot. And then they said they did it for you. Do you have anything to do with that? And Hangman's like, well, you must be an idiot if you think that. And they get in each other's face. And then Ospreay has to come out. And he's like, whoa. Swerve, we got to take out Jon Moxley. He's really evil. We got to get rid of him as champion. I thought I was the one to do it, but I don't think it's me. I don't think it's you. I think it's Hangman. Hangman is the one to do it. We got to get behind Hangman. We got to protect Hangman from Jon Moxley's goons. And we got to help him achieve his goal. And Swerve is like, I'm not doing that. So I think maybe Ospreay and Swerve will wrestle over that.
I was thinking more the number one contender spot.
I
was thinking.
That too.
There's
Hangman
time,
has
right?
to win, though, right?
I mean, has to. I mean, it's an interesting way you say that. I mean, does it really change anything in AEW if he doesn't win?
Yeah, Moxley would still be champion.
Yeah, but you still have guys that could come up and challenge him, right? So the reign doesn't have to end at All In. I could see because
it should.
That's door.
No, but it really should end it All In because I think everybody's tired of Moxley being champion.
Well, I think we've been tired for him for what? Since like he won the title, right? You didn't want him to be champion after one pay-per-view.
Yeah.
We've had several.
Well, it's enough already. It's enough. Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul and John Cena and Jey Uso, they all started fighting. And Cody and Jey Uso stand tall, and John Cena doesn't have the WWE Championship. Cody's standing there with it. And Jey Uso standing there with the world title. So Cody and Jey standing in the ring with the belts as Cena looks on from the ramp with Logan Paul in shock as his championship has been taken by Cody Rhodes. And they will wrestle next week. Next week on this very show, we'll be previewing WWE Money in the Bank, which seems crazy. Seems like already, but yeah, already. Money at the Bank. Next week, we'll be doing a Money in the Bank post-show and UFC 316 watch-along next Saturday. It'll be a big night on the Ringside Report Network for that. Getting two birds stoned at once. Hell yeah.
And when you think about it, it's only the start, really, because you're going to start the month with the PLE and then end the month with another PLE in Saudi Arabia with Clash of the Champions.
Of course. And it'll be on in the afternoon, which is even better.
Well, good for you because you're kind of busy that night, so yes.
Clash of Champions. When is it?
It's June 28th.
Clash. Oh, June 28th. Well, I might not have time for a post show. We'll see. Yeah, I'm busy. You know this, right? I told you about this.
You actually said it on air, if I'm not mistaken.
What did I say?
I think on Ringside Report you said it because, if I'm not mistaken, June 28th there's another UFC, right?
Yeah.
But
I might be back to do the watch along for that. Because the show I'm going to is at like 7 o'clock. I'm going to see Nas do Illmatic with like a symphony orchestra. Sick. Wow. Nas, like I think it's the whole album he's doing. Illmatic, it's like his first album. It's a classic hip-hop album. And he's going to perform it at Place des Arts, which is like a nice theater. With a symphony orchestra. It's going to be nuts.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. I had to see that just for hip-hop, you know? Illmatic with an orchestra? I have to see that. Illmatic is one of the greatest rap albums ever made. So, gotta pay your respect. If Nas is doing that in your city, you better go if you have any kind of hip hop credibility. And I'd like to think I have some. Not a lot, but enough to get by. I definitely have a deep love and appreciation for hip hop and hip hop culture. So seeing Nas do Illmatic is very cool. I'm very excited about that. So I'll miss a wrestling show or a UFC for that. Like, that's worth it.
But stay tuned because you don't know exactly your schedule.
Yeah. Yeah. Oof. Aaron Judge just made a diving catch out in right field. Beautiful play by the captain. Doing it everywhere. Just please be safe, Aaron. Don't get hurt. Just be healthy.
Well, the move from center, I guess, was a good move.
Yeah, I think he's better in right. But he's such a team guy. When Juan Soto came to the Yankees Aaron Judge moved over to center field because, Soto plays right field. So he's like, all right, I'll move over to center. Not everybody in baseball would be so agreeable to make those moves, but the Yankees are a real team effort. Nobody's bigger than the team, not even Aaron Judge, who's literally bigger than the whole team. Size-wise, he's gigantic. And he's better. He's like the greatest baseball player to ever live. So, he's pretty great. Everybody knows it. And he's selfless. Oh, what a captain. What a leader. What a man. Aaron Judge.
Still missing a World Series win, but...
Yeah. I really hope they win one for him this year. This year might be the year. The team is pretty good. It's a pretty good team. I like the way they play baseball.
Well, if they can be like the Edmonton Oilers, who didn't win the championship last year, fell one game short, they can be like them.
Yeah. Is Edmonton going to win the Cup this year? That'd be nice.
I'm sure if you polled most people who watch this, I think they would pick the Oilers, I think.
Good. Has it started?
It will start on Wednesday.
Ooh, okay. Well, go Edmonton. Who are they playing?
They're playing the team that won last year, Florida. It's a rematch.
Cool. That was the same matchup last year, and they're doing it again. How about it?
So get ready. You might have to see the Dodgers again in October.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it. If we can get past the Tigers. The Tigers are very good. Doug Hepburn, big Tiger fan. Doug sent me a package in the mail. He sent me just a package out of nowhere. Came home today and I got a package from Doug Hepburn. He sent me some, I don't have them right here with me, but he sent me some WWE slap bracelets. It's like championship belts that you slap on your wrist as bracelets. I had bought a few of them for my kids. They love them. They put them on their wrists. And Doug sent me 3 of them in the mail. It was very nice of him.
Wow.
He sent me a little note here that I have. He says, hope you and the kids have fun opening them like Nick and I did. Doug Hepburn out in Kingston. Very nice, Doug. So thank you, Doug. I'm sure you're watching. Thank you very much. It was really great. My son opened them up. He was very excited. Slapped him on his wrist. We got the NXT championship, which we didn't have yet. So great. Really great. Cool. We have a few of them. We're missing a spinner belt, I think. Hey, maybe Doug has if you have like doubles, maybe we have doubles that we could trade, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, super cool, super nice. Doug had my home address because we had exchanged wrestling figures. There were some wrestling toys that were available only in Ontario some years ago, and Doug sent them to me, and I sent him some stuff back. So we had each other's addresses, and I come home today, and there's a package from Doug Hepburn. I'm like, what is this? I didn't order anything. And, yeah, sent me a little gift. So nice. So
amazing.
Nice. Yeah. You know? Very nice. So thank you, Doug. Thank you for the surprise gift. I love surprise gifts. Who doesn't like a surprise gift, right?
Well, in the mail, it kind of feels like Christmas. I guess for your kids, it feels more maybe closer to their birthdays, so that's good too.
Next week, and I think the week after, as stuff starts to trickle in, it's going to feel like Christmas at my house with all the Nintendo products that I've ordered that are all releasing next week. The Switch 2 and the various accessories and Amiibo that I've ordered that will all be coming next week. It's going to be crazy. Crazy. I can't wait for that new Nintendo system. Can't wait for that new Nintendo to drop, Johnny. Gonna play that new Mario Kart all day. Every day.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see much of Dave. Like, I'm surprised you're doing actually a post show because, yeah, I think you'd just spend most of your time doing Nintendo. So
yeah, We should just skip everything and play Nintendo, I think. When that Mario Kart World comes out, ooh, baby. And there's all these other, like, add-ons for the games that already exist. Like, I saw what Tears of the Kingdom looks like on Switch 2. It looks incredible. It's like they enhanced it.
That's cool. I still wouldn't get an enhanced thing that I've already got.
No, but you get it for free if you have the game. If you have the game on Switch, you just, like, put it in your Switch 2, and then it downloads, and it's like, now it's for Switch 2. It's better. They just give it to you. If you have, like, Switch Online, which you have because you're part of my family plan, you get all these things.
Like, I have Tears, but I don't have Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild, I had that on Wii U.
Well.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, Lauren's getting the new Nintendo, too. Yeah, baby. So hyped. Can't wait. Can't wait for next week when I get my new Nintendo. I've been waiting for so long. Switch 2.
Again, we're not going to hear a lot from you after that, but that's okay. It's a good thing.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stop watching wrestling because, like, who's going to have time for that? So next week's show, I'll probably still have seen wrestling because the Switch 2 only comes out Thursday, and I don't know when mine's going to come. Maybe Friday or the following Monday. I don't know. But, like, in 2 weeks when we do a show, I'm going to be thoroughly unprepared because I will have watched zero wrestling and played a lot of Nintendo. So just a warning. I'll be like,
warned.
Yeah, Mario was really good in the ring this week. What a match he had, you know? Something like that. Wario. Wah! Whew. Can't wait to rock that Wario shit, bro. Fire. So, Hangman Page, Jon Moxley, official for All In. He's got to be the champion, man. He's got to beat the Moxley. It's enough with the Jon Moxley. And now Jon Moxley's kid. Like, what is this? He's got a son now. Jon Moxley Jr. What is that?
I was going to say that. It's more like Moxley Jr. because he kind of has the same kind of built as Moxley.
He looks like him. He looks like a smaller version.
Exactly. Doesn't like wrestle like him exactly.
But he looks like a younger, smaller version. When his name is Gabe Kidd and he stands next to Jon Moxley, I go, is he Moxley's kid? He kind of is Moxley's kid because he, like, works for Moxley in his group, so he's Moxley's kid. Gabe Kidd. Property of Moxley. Jon Moxley's son. Oof. Angelo. What a question.
I think he's just asking about the console, not so much the extras that you got for it, too.
You know, controllers, like a Switch Pro controller was like $120 or something. It was crazy. It was more.
I remember it was crazy when it was close to 100. I'd be like, this is outrageous. Now it's over 100?
It's over 100 for a controller now.
Insane.
I have it. Oh, it's nuts.
This is why I'm not getting it.
Controller. I don't know how much it costs, but it's a lot. The controller's a lot. $126 for the controller.
Insane.
Yeah, man. I mean, with tax and everything, but still, it's nuts. And the Switch with, like, so I got the Switch, the console, which comes with Joy-Cons, you know, the charging dock, the dock, charging cables, shit like that, and Mario Kart. I got the bundle with Mario Kart, with tax, all in, $800. $800 bucks. Old Switch was like $400.
I got cheaper, but yeah.
Bruh. $800.
Didn't you pre-order Donkey Kong too?
Yeah. That comes out in July, though. I got time for that. But, like, you go for, right? You get, I mean, already, right? You get a console, you're going to get a second controller, right? So you get a second controller. That's $926 right there. You know?
And you only have one game.
One game. Well, it kind of helps that you've already bought all the Switch games that you just plug into the new Switch and then they automatically enhance for free. Some of them you have to pay like a little extra to get the enhance. Like I saw the new Mario Party enhancement for Switch 2. It's cheaper if you have the game, but you still have to pay like, I don't know, $20 to get the enhancement, which is a little uncool. Release new games. Don't give me like some DLC that I have to pay for. You know? Come on, Nintendo. You're better than that.
Yeah, don't be like the phone games.
Yeah. But it's a lot, you know? And then you got to get the camera. Because, like, of course. There's the games, like, the Mario Party, there's games that you need the camera for. Like, there's mini games that are for the camera. So you need the camera to play the games. Then you got to get the GameCube controller, because, like, obviously, it's another $80. You know what I mean? It's just... So support the Ringside Report Network. Join.ringsidereport.net. Donate.ringsidereport.net. Because Dave needs new Nintendo. So, you know, that's not what the money pays for. It usually pays for, you know, UFC pay-per-views and studio stuff and microphones and such. But maybe some of it will go to the new Nintendo. And then maybe I'll stream some Nintendo. You know, stream Mario Kart World. I could do that.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, we've talked about it. It's just we haven't found the right time to do it. All right, Johnny, back to the wrestling. Back to the wrestling. Or not.
Well,
Toni Storm, Mercedes Moné. What? What else?
Well, that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Timeless happened.
Yeah.
Toni Storm
good promo.
defeated...
Really good promo.
Enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it gets you hyped for it now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, like it's the match you've wanted. And you said, like, we have to have it. Now we're going to get it. We're on our way.
It's one of the biggest matches you can make in all of women's wrestling right now. Mercedes Moné, undefeated TBS champion, going up after winning the Owen Hart Cup tournament to face Toni Storm. One of the greatest, if not the greatest, women's wrestler going today. So, I mean, forget women, just wrestlers going today, man. You know? Toni Storm is one of the most entertaining people in all of professional wrestling. Her matches are great. Her match on the pay-per-view was good. Her promos are some of the best in all of pro wrestling. She's got one of the best characters in the whole business. She's incredible. Mercedes Moné is a megastar. Doing this match for the world title, it is the irresistible force meets the immovable object. It's a massive match for the world title. I love it. I think Toni might win, though. I think Toni should win.
Well, you're predicting Moxley to lose the title, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're expecting both world champions to lose?
No, I say Toni will win.
Oh, Toni would win, yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
it. I mean, I don't think most people would think both world champions would lose. So, yeah, someone's got to retain. I would like to see Toni retain.
Mm-hmm.
However, again, Mercedes hasn't lost yet in AEW. Do they want to break it here? It's the biggest show, and they hype her as like the best ever. You would think she's going to win on this show, no?
No, I think this is the biggest show, so this is the time to lose to Toni Storm, who's the real AEW product. Timeless Toni Storm is an AEW homegrown gimmick superstar. Mercedes Moné is just Sasha Banks for AEW. It's the same thing. It feels like she's more of like a WWE person coming over, doing her thing and getting a big spot and not losing. and just kind of running over everything in AEW. And in that situation, I think the wise thing for AEW would be to put their own person over the, perceived outsider in Mercedes Moné, who, say what you want about how she left WWE and everything, she's still more known for being Sasha Banks' WWE superstar. So when you see her in AEW, there's still that element of she's Sasha Banks, she's that WWE person here in AEW. And Toni Storm is, she wasn't a big star in WWE. She really became a big star and a big character in AEW. And I think that they should reward that and promote that. Let's promote our people as opposed to, obviously Mercedes is signed to AEW and everything. She's one of their people, but the perception, you know what I mean? It should be a night where AEW stands tall, and I feel like Toni Storm and Hangman as the champions are very, representative of AEW.
That's a good point. Like, the way I'm looking at it, it's kind of like Ospreay and Hangman. Like, I don't think there's a wrong answer here. It really could work either way. I just feel there's something with Mercedes because she's still the TBS champion. No matter what happens off this.
Yeah.
She still has a championship. Do you have to give her every championship?
No. I don't think so. I don't think so. Again, I think Hangman Page beating Dean Ambrose and Toni Storm, timeless Toni Storm, beating Sasha Banks is kind of how I see it. And that's where it should be for AEW's biggest show of the year. Promote AEW. Promote the people that you have made entirely from the ground up. Not, a ready-made superstar that grew tired of the WWE system that you bought. You buy those people from WWE to put over your people. You build them up, you treat them well, you pay them well, you push them. But when push comes to shove, when it's a real situation where you got to really put somebody over, you put over your own person. You put over your homegrown talent. That's how you grow the company. Because if you don't, the locker room is going to see it as a sign of, it doesn't matter how high I climb. Somebody from the WWE can just come in and beat me, so I should just go to the WWE. And that's a really bad sign to send to the locker room. It's a bad sign to send to the fans, because the fans go, no matter how good you are in AEW, still the WWE star is bigger and better. So, it's a perception thing. And in wrestling, perception is reality. In wrestling, it's really that phrase works in wrestling more than in a lot of forms of entertainment, because you could really kind of frame things in certain ways where you go, this is how it is. You can change reality very easily in pro wrestling by how you kind of move people around and position people. A great wrestler in one company could be a garbage wrestler in another company just based on how he's booked. Doesn't mean he's great, doesn't mean he's not great. It's just one booker likes him and pushes him to the moon and makes him a star, and then another one goes, I don't see it. Perception is reality in pro wrestling. How you are perceived is how you are treated and how you are paid,
Why, I think Shelton Benjamin's a great example.
Mm-hmm.
We saw him in his late WWE run, couldn't win a match. Now, he's one of the toughest guys in AEW, one of their strongest champions, and in my opinion, it's one of the best things to watch right now in AEW is everything he does with the Hurt Syndicate.
Mm-hmm. Or Ricochet, I think the perception of him in WWE was, good-looking kid, athletic kid, does all these flippy moves, has to be a babyface. Has to be. AEW, maybe not. Let's turn him into an annoying heel and see how that goes, and it's great.
Well, with him though, it's the matchups, right? Because like WWE, it's more of like I just want to showcase. AEW, it's like I want this guy against this guy, and they want him against a lot of baby faces. So I think it just made sense, and I think the crowd kind of saw it too, where it's like, well, if you're putting Ospreay against Ricochet, well, people love Ospreay more. So Ricochet just embraced the heel persona, I think, because of that.
He's really found new life in AEW. It's really nice to see.
It's just good to show that just because it's one way somewhere else doesn't mean when you come over somewhere else, like it has to be that way. You can kind of reinvent yourself, which he didn't completely reinvent himself, but he really took a different direction where he was going.
Kyle Fletcher should have taken a different direction with that powerbomb he gave to Adam Cole. Kyle Fletcher powerbomb Adam Cole this week on Dynamite, hit him on the edge of the apron with his head. Supposed to do like an apron bomb, and it's supposed to be, shoulders and upper back, whatever. It was just the top of his head went clunk right off the metal apron there on the side. Bad. Very bad. I don't know if Adam Cole is injured after it, but it looked awful. A lot of botches this week. A lot of dangerous botches. Pentagon doing that thing to Chad Gable, dumping him on his head on Raw. It's a lot of dangerous stuff. I mean, Zelina kicking Chelsea Green in the face. It was a rough week.
Yep. And we didn't even talk about the women's hardcore match on AEW Dynamite as well. I don't think someone got hurt there, but they played off that someone got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked like it was kind of all over the place, that match a little bit too. But I don't disagree with you whatsoever. Like, some things, they weren't thinking safety first. They were just thinking, oh, let's do this cool move. And maybe they should have been thinking that a bit more. But when it comes back, what happened to Adam Cole, if you watch in slow-mo, it's more his arm hits the apron.
Oh, it looked like his head.
Like his head skins it. So like just like the top like kind of skins it a little bit. It's not so bad. But his arm, that's the bad part, because his arm takes all of it and his arm kind of goes in a different direction a little bit. So I think his shoulder, I think he might be experiencing a bit of, and if you see him too, like I saw it in the picture, like he's kind of like telling the ref, like moving his arm, like I think there's a bit of pain there, but I'm okay. So that's just highly unfortunate. And Kyle, like that's on him. I'm sure he takes full responsibility for that.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be careful with that kind of stuff. Like you can't just throw, like Adam Cole, he's a small guy, right? Like you can just toss him around like it's nothing, but you got to be careful where you can't just toss a guy like he's nothing, like you got to be careful.
And just because Chad Gable's got like an Olympic neck that can take a lot of punishment doesn't mean you can drop him on his head.
I mean, if you look at it, Chad saved himself, right? Because he put his arms down. He knew, like, this is not going right. If he doesn't do that, he broke his neck easily on that. But he saved himself. Penta completely dropped him. That could have been one of the worst things you've ever seen. That could have been his end of his career easily.
Yeah. Dangerous stuff in pro wrestling, Johnny. Sometimes things go right and sometimes things go wrong. Money in the Bank coming up next week. We'll preview that next week here on the show. What else is going on? Anything else happening, John? You saw a movie? You want to do that?
I did see a movie. We can talk about that. Cool. One screen. Awesome. So this week I saw the new Karate Kid movie called Karate Kid Legends. Now, I don't know if you remember, Dave, that they did a Karate Kid movie in 2010. And it pretty much was Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith. I don't know if you're aware of who Jaden Smith is or not, but
I know who he is. He's Will Smith's son.
Oh, there you go. That makes it easier. But he's not in this movie whatsoever, so it doesn't matter about him. Jackie Chan is the one we care about. And he appears in this one as well. This kind of ties in that movie with the past movies. You remember the original Karate Kid? And
No.
Danny. You don't remember the originals?
I haven't seen any Karate Kid ever.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, you know of, like, the Karate Kid, the idea of it, right? Like, he had the sensei growing up, and he had to go through these tournaments. He had to fight all the bullies. He had to become a man, kind of, almost in a sense.
Karate.
You know that idea. You know that idea. Yes. With karate, he became
He
man.
did karate. He had a guy who helped him do karate. They did a lot of karate. They went, "Whoota!"
So now, fast forward to today, Jackie Chan's doing all the training, and he teaches this new guy, Lee, and he moves to New York. And he's the one who's actually trained someone else there in New York. Guy owns like a pizzeria. I don't know if you know Joshua Jackson.
Ninja Turtles.
Familiar? Okay, all right, good. You're familiar with him in that way.
What?
I remember more from like.
He's in Ninja Turtle? No, I mean, you said ninjas, karate, pizza. I thought Ninja Turtles were getting involved. Who's Joshua Jackson?
Are you familiar with Dawson's Creek, Fringe, possibly?
Oh, yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. The guy from Dawson's Creek.
There you go. That might help.
Not
Sure.
Dawson or the Creek, the other guy. Joshua
Right, the other
Jackson.
guy, yeah.
Was he in Final Destination?
He possibly was. I want to say it was another kind of like teen kind of thing where he was stealing someone else's girl.
I don't know.
Very possible he was in something
Whatever.
like that, but
He's in this movie?
he's in this movie, and he's a really good supporting cast member because he's like, you believe in his acting. You believe in everything he says. He's very sarcastic. He has a daughter who, like, this kid Lee is hitting on a lot. So there's a lot of great interactions. It's actually funny at some points where he's like, get away from her, like, just help me, because he needs help because he's a former boxer and he's trying to pay off his debts. And by doing that, he needs Lee to help him train. So Lee trains him, and it's interesting. Like he teaches him like kung fu for boxing. I figured like you or AJ would know more about this. It would be nice if AJ came here, but they bring up the fact that kung fu, like, there's a lot of disciplines in that, and it actually helps with boxing a lot. I don't know if like you're big into that, or I'm sure you know.
I don't know too much about kung fu. I'm not a kung fu man. AJ's done kung fu.
Yeah, I had a feeling like he would, because they went a big elaboration about that. Because there's a big thing too, like Jackie Chan teaches kung fu, and when Danny comes involved, he teaches karate. And just the kind of, that disciplines are a little bit different. Like one's more defensive, one's more offensive, right? So, but that comes in later after the boxer, Joshua Jackson, gets destroyed. So then the kid has to come in and win a tournament and pay off all the debts. It gets a little clunky, and that's part of the story. But besides that, it's a lot of fun to watch because the action. And it was weird. It's rated G in Quebec. When I saw the poster, it says PG-13, but I guess you're aware of this too. Like in Quebec, the ratings were a bit more relaxed, I guess, when it's just violence. As long as there's no like sexual. Yeah, apparently if there's no like big sexual themes, and there's only like one kind of kiss in the movie, so, oh, well, that's it. Rated G for everyone. And there was a bunch of kids. I honestly, I don't think any.
Oh. Well, rated G, I would assume there would be no penis.
No penis at all. There's a lot of pizza.
Pizza?
There's a lot of, yeah. Because the Joshua Jackson character, he owns a pizzeria, so. And it's in New York. So they talk a lot about pizza. But, again, going on to the training, like, Lee's
How is this
trained.
a movie? This just sounds like disjointed ideas. None of this seems real.
That's the problem with the story in a sense. Like, it's a bunch of things that just kind of splice together. And it's like, oh, by the way, now we're going to be in a fighting tournament. It kind of comes like, okay, that's a weird transition. How we
Do
went
they
from
have
one
like
to
a
the
TV
next.
show too on Netflix, Karate Kid?
You're talking about Cobra Kai.
Okay.
Right? And I'm sure AJ's talked about that. I think even Fred's even talked about Cobra Kai.
Probably.
And
they like
there's
that.
like there's like a slight tie-in at the end of the movie after everything's all said and done. So maybe appease Cobra Kai people, but for the most part, there's not much Cobra Kai in this whatsoever. It's in the same universe, but it's really its own thing. The only true tie-in is the fact you'll see Danny a lot in this, because he helps teach karate, while Jackie Chan's teaching kung fu. They'll build up for the tournament. And they do a lot of the training. Again, in a G-rated movie, like I see a lot of kids that were in the theater. Well, I guess it was like karate groups. A lot of people in gis, right? No AJ, by the way, but a lot of kids in gis, and they're doing the training, but mainly in subways. And I'm like, this is a really bad example for a lot of kids if they're going to watch this movie. And we see a lot of ridiculous stuff in the Montreal metro system already. I hope we don't see more of it after what this movie does, because it's not a good idea to beat up people in the metro. I'm just going to say that. I don't think it's good for any kids to do
unless you know karate.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's Jack Chan's whole thing. It's like, violence isn't good. So the best way to solve it is violence.
I'll tell you, like, Johnny, I don't know karate, but I do know karate. And I also know jiu-jitsu.
Well, and you've seen many.
And I know a little bit of Muay Thai, but I don't know no karate, bro.
But you've seen many Jackie Chan movies before in the past. And it's more like this, like, and then the whole, like, come on, over here kind of thing, you know? Like that. And they do the crane kick, too, by the way. Like, I don't know why, like, Mike Bailey, they should have had some sort of cross-promotion, because there's a lot of the crane kick that they do in the movie. Yeah, you know the crane kick.
Lyoto Machida, baby. The dragon.
Yeah, wasn't Lito all about karate? Like,
yeah, Lyoto was a karate master, baby. He was cool as hell. There have been good karate fighters in UFC. George St. Pierre, Lyoto Machida, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Lots of cool karate guys. Karate's got some solid elements for sure. I just I don't know much about it. I never did karate. I did wrestling. I do jiu-jitsu. I've done Muay Thai. Never karate. Just never happened for me. You know? And to be honest, a lot of people with jiu-jitsu talk a lot of shit about karate, and it's funny. It's kind of a joke. But
really?
It's not a joke of a sport. We just like to, you know, poke fun.
Well, you've seen many Jackie Chan movies in the past, right?
Yeah, I mean, I saw Rush Hour.
Okay, that's an idea. You get an idea what the fight scenes were kind of like then, if you've seen that. And maybe just add a bit more kind of style to it.
All right, so what are you giving this thing here, John? You got a score on a 10 or something, or 5? What are you doing?
I definitely would give it a thumbs up. I would say I give it like a 3.5 on 5.
Was this better than the what was that movie with the thumb in the butt that you liked?
Oh, 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, that was your favorite.
That's a classic right there.
Oh, yeah, that got you real excited.
Yeah, that was a great movie, but a great series. But this was just a nice way to try to bring back an old franchise kind of thing, you know?
Yeah,
it's not the same kind of thing. It's not
as good.
Something different.
You didn't like it as much.
It's still enjoyable, but in a different way. I mean, I enjoy like the fighting scenes and some funny parts in it as well. But again, kind of disjointed at some points, and definitely not as racy as 50 Shades was. But if you liked the past Karate Kid movies, if you're a fan of Cobra Kai, it's a must. I think. AJ was like kicking himself. He's like, oh, he couldn't make it. He would have loved to see. He's gonna have to go see it. So definitely, if you're a fan of the past, like, you're gonna want to go see this movie.
All right. So thumbs up from Johnny. There you go. Johnny North movie review. Yeah, I've never seen a Karate Kid. I don't know about the Karate Kid. It's like a little, like, I don't know. I was too young for it when it came out or something.
Oh, you just didn't care for it so much. But one other thing too, like, are you aware of the song "You're the Best Around"?
I mean, yeah, I've heard that song.
Unfortunately, it's not in the movie. I was so looking forward to hearing that. Hopefully, it would be in like the montage or something. Not even. I don't think it's even in the end credits. I stay for most of the end credits. Not even in there.
How disappointing.
Well, they have to have new stuff in. I think Fiend was in the movie, if I'm not mistaken. So we have, Travis Scott's everywhere.
You got to hear that song. It's not a show unless you hear Fiend, 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 Fiend. Constant.
He's everywhere.
WrestleMania.
I'm
Fiend, Fiend. It was WrestleMania Fiend this year. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. Well, there you go. Johnny recommends.
Again, if you're a fan of the past, you like good fight movies. And I guess if you have kids, apparently it's rated G, so you can bring your kids. I don't recommend it for you, Dave. I don't think you want that to happen in the Metro for your kids, but have fun. Enjoy.
I don't know about Karate Kid. I don't think they're that interested in going to see that. I will recommend watching The Rehearsal. The season finale aired this week. It was incredible. It's on HBO and Crave in Canada. It's another brilliant masterpiece from the great Nathan Fielder. The Rehearsal. All about aviation safety and autism. Incredible. It was unbelievable. One of the greatest shows I've ever seen. Season 2 of The Rehearsal was nuts. Season 1 was like intense and a little sad. Season 2 was not as sad. There were some sad moments. There were some very funny moments. You will laugh, you will cry, you will think. Nathan Fielder is brilliant. He is a mad genius.
And this is on Netflix?
HBO. So Crave.
Okay. I don't know if Crave, sadly.
The Rehearsal is something else, John. Have you seen Nathan For You?
No, I haven't seen that. I'm guessing that's also on Crave.
Yeah, it's on Paramount too. I don't know. It's on a bunch of things.
Netflix or Disney Plus. That's the way to go. You have anything to recommend there?
No.
Well, that's too bad.
Netflix. What did I watch on Netflix? I watched something. I can't recall.
Not those jerks that were on Raw this week. I hope not.
No. Bert and Ernie? No.
Good.
Damn, Shohei just hit another one.
So what's the score?
5-3 Yanks in the 6th.
Ooh.
Shohei just hit a solo shot, made it 5-3.
It ain't over.
Nope, but I like that the Yankees are winning. You know, I like that Shohei Ohtani just hit a home run, and it's like, all right, well, we still got a 2-run lead. We're all right. 6th inning. It's not over. We're still looking good. But The Rehearsal, like, I would go out of your way to find it. It was the best thing that I've seen. I was watching something on Netflix. I think it was SmackDown.
That's usually what I watch Netflix for everything now. It's just pretty much just wrestling.
It's like Raw, SmackDown. Those are the things that I tune into Netflix for. Oh, season 2 of Tires is coming on Thursday. I recommend Tires. Tires is great.
That's Netflix?
Yeah. Tires.
Okay.
Season 1 of Tires, if you haven't seen it, I would recommend that. Very funny. I think you would enjoy Tires, actually, John. I think that's a show you would like. I've not told you about that? Watch that. Shane Gillis, Stavros Halkias. Very good show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give that a chance.
Yeah.
Sure.
Tires. Tires is great. And then season 2 is coming out Thursday, so you can watch season 1 and then gear up for season 2, which is going to be really funny. I'm hyped for Tires.
And
I just finished watching Big Mouth, the final season of Big Mouth on Netflix. That's what I was watching. It was all right. I like Big Mouth.
Well, I gave up after season 1. Like, it's kind of childish, I thought.
I mean, it's a cartoon.
Yeah, but like, there's some good cartoons. Like I like South Park. I like Simpsons. This was just like kind of lower level. I thought.
I mean, it's not the best show, but yeah, I found it enjoyable. I thought it was funny.
Well, to let you know and everyone else know, my next review is going to be 28 years later. I don't know if you ever saw 28 Days Later or 28 Weeks Later.
No.
But this is the new one that's coming out.
Mm.
Zombie movie, which I know you love so much.
Yeah, not really. I don't care for that. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend anything more than The Rehearsal or Nathan For You. Anything from Nathan Fielder. He really is brilliant. He went on CNN this week to talk about aviation safety. It was nuts. Like,
that's cool.
This is a comedian from British Columbia talking about American aviation safety on CNN with Wolf Blitzer for like 17 minutes. He's unbelievable. Like, his shows go into all sorts of different directions, and then in the end they come together and you go, what has he done here? He's running simulations of airports and airplanes and doing stuff with pilots, and then at the same time running like a fake singing competition for completely other purposes. And then there's different rehearsals that he's running and simulations of things and different shows that he's orchestrating. Then he's becoming a pilot through all of this. He's flying airplanes. What? Just for the show. What?
Sounds a little crazy.
It is. It's unbelievable.
Uh-oh, that didn't sound good. I know that face. That's like we just lost game 1 again. Yeah.
It's 5-4.
Well, it's not that bad. You didn't it wasn't like a grand slam.
No, but there was runners on first and second, and the Dodgers just hit a double. And I was like, oh, this could be real bad. Don't clear the bases with this double. Ugh, Magic Johnson sitting there with his Dodgers shirt on, all happy. I could say some really bad things about Magic Johnson right now, but I'm not going to stoop that low. I'm just saying, I don't like him very much, and if something awful were to happen to him, I don't know, maybe.
You used to like Ice Cube. I don't know what happened.
Fuck the Cube. Fuck anybody from Los Angeles. Once again, it's fuck LA forever. Fuck Kendrick Lamar. Fuck the West Coast. Fuck Snoop Dogg. Fuck Dr. Dre. Fuck anybody from LA. Fuck Mary Hart. Fuck Magic Johnson. Fuck the Lakers. Fuck LeBron. Fuck Shaq. Fuck Kobe. Fuck everybody.
And Kobe's dead.
Well, sorry, but he represents Los Angeles in many ways, and you have to say fuck him. Fuck him because the Dodgers suck. I hate them, and I want the Yankees to beat the shit out of them. Fuck LA. We're back on it, John. Fuck LA. East side is the best side.
It's only a 3-game series, right?
Fuck Tupac. Biggie Smalls forever. Tupac was a shit rapper compared to Biggie. Everybody knows. Fuck Suge Knight. Puff Daddy forever. Well, fuck them both, I guess. I don't know. But if I had to choose, fuck Suge Knight, Puff Daddy. Maybe. Because of New York. New York forever. East Coast, best coast. Let's go. Yankees. All right, that's it. I'm done.
We've had fun tonight.
Huh?
We've had a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah. I'll have more fun once the Yankees win this game.
Well, thank everyone who sat through our technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Battled through it. We fought through.
Thank you for supporting. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked the show. Thank you to Angelo. Thank you to Patrick Deneau. I see you guys. Thank you to Doug Hepburn.
Yeah, nice package.
Thank you to all the supporters, all the viewers, everybody supporting the Ringside Report Network. We appreciate you. And we'll be back.
Hold on a minute, player.
Ooh. Yeah, we'll be back next week for a big weekend, right? We've got Money in the Bank and UFC 316. So we'll preview UFC 316 on Thursday night with Ringside Report MMA. We'll preview Money in the Bank on Friday night with Wrestling Uncensored. And then we'll do a UFC 316 watch-along and Money in the Bank post-show all on Saturday night. So a very big week. Next week, we hope you will join us for all of that fun stuff in combat sports right here on the Ringside Report Network.
Thanks for sticking with us to the end. We would really appreciate it if you could help us spread the word.
You know the drill. Hit that subscribe button. Flip those notification switches.
We are an audience-supported network, so consider becoming a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net. Check out our website at ringsidereport.net.